But it's amazing the grace that God will give. I knew a guy one time when I was in Springfield, Missouri, when I lived there and was going to Bible college. And I worked for him for a while. He had a paper business back when paper was a big thing and computers were first coming out, business computers. I mean, this was like the late 70s. And he sold computer paper, you know, the stuff with the holes on the side that, right? You know, for you young folks, you can look it up on Google too. There might be a few black and white photos of it or something. But, and I worked delivering for him for a while, and I came to know him a little better. And he lived modestly in a nice suburban house, but no big thing. You know, he looked like fairly middle class and stuff, owned his own business. I came to find out that he was probably a millionaire at that time, and in the 70s, a millionaire was a lot more money. But I also came to find out, and he shared with me what he did, but he did it in an interesting way. He would not only support his church and so forth, but Springfield, there were 2 Bible colleges and a seminary for the Assemblies of God, which is, I was in one of those schools. There was also the Bible Baptist seminary and college that was there. And he would, through church or parachurch organizations, he would look for a Bible college student in need. He wouldn't advertise it or anything else. He just kind of kept his eyes open, and he would get to know people and find out and so forth. And then he would choose some number that then he would give full scholarship, including all expenses paid, to that person for the rest of their going to Bible college. But they were not allowed to tell anybody. Nobody knew. Nobody had an idea that that's what he was doing. You know, the scripture says, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing when you're giving. And that's what he was doing. And I to this day, I'm amazed by this, because if you met the guy, you'd never guess that he had that much money, and you'd never guess that he was the kind of guy that would do that. He just, you know, but he had a heart for the Lord. He had been given that grace, that what he wanted to do was give. And I believe one of the reasons that God gives a lot of wealth to certain people is that they have the grace to be able to do things just like that, not for their glory, but for God's glory and for the furtherance of the kingdom. And we don't see that. We don't necessarily know that, but that's part of what God gives that wealth to, and then gives the grace to be able to do that.